Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fabulous. I'm here with my beautiful bride, so, that's always a good thing. So I've got Dear John letters coming up later in the program. I'm excited for that. It's always fun. Also, got a quote for today, and it's from Tom Preston Werner, co-founder of GitHub. I'm not sure what that is. It says here, when I'm old and dying, I plan to look back on my life and say, wow, that was an adventure. Not, wow, I sure felt safe. Well,
okay.
What if you do both?
Yeah.
I want it to be an adventure, Tom.
But can you be safe, too?
Let's have a safe adventure. I mean, just plan things out a little bit, So, ready, aim, fire, but aim, don't just fire. It's a good idea. Coming up, we've got a lot of special things to talk about, and we have Dear John letters. That's on the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
There are monthly subscriptions for razors and coffee and many other things, but this is the best monthly subscription ever. Ladies, listen up. Odiva has a monthly subscription for your monthly visitor. You know it's going to happen every month, and how many times have you been caught off guard? Odiva will send you a box discreetly each month with the products you want, with plans starting at less than $4 a month. Get a special offer right now at radiosavings.com, helping women prepare for their monthly visitor for less. Try it now at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Thursday, March the 29th. It is National Nevada Day. You know why?
Why?
Today is the day they founded Nevada.
Ah, when did they lost it?
That's my joke. You're stealing my A material, Heidi.
Yeah, it was comedy gold.
Ooh. Also, National Vietnam War Veterans Day. Thank you to all men and women who served, by the way.
Absolutely.
National Lemon Chiffon Cake Day.
Yum.
National Mom and Pop Business Owners Day today as well. And I got to tell you, I have a special place right here in my big old heart for mom and pop businesses. I absolutely do. I go out of my way to do business with the little guy all the time because growing up, I remember seeing my parents' friends who owned businesses struggle. And then as we grew up and became adults, we have friends who own businesses and we see how they struggle. It's a good thing to do to try to support the small guys. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you can, go out of your way just a little bit today. Since it is, National Mom and Pop Business Owner Day, go out and do business at a place that maybe you wouldn't have for any other reason, just because today's the day. And then wish them a special day today. That'd be really nice of you. On this Thursday, the 29th day of March.
John and Heidi.
Sadly, more than 350 million people suffer from depression. Scientifically, your actual brain chemistry levels are affected. Now a breakthrough, safe and natural, non-prescription coffee product has been shown to help. It elevates levels of dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins in the brain, which makes you happier. Just by drinking this special cup of coffee, many reported elevated mood, feeling more connected, having greater energy, clarity, and focus. Try it for yourself at firstcupisfree.com. Get a free sample at firstcupisfree.com.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs. But first, wildlife researchers at a zoo in India were baffled by the sight of an elephant smoking some burning lumps of coal and exhaling plumes of smoke just like one would with a cigarette.
Oh.
So I wonder how this elephant learned to smoke. You
I
think
don't know.
maybe the college interns taught him a thing or two? Or
Oh, it's interesting.
that happened, by the way, again, at a zoo in India. That's where that happened. So I wonder how in the world that elephant knew how to do all that.
I don't know.
Fascinating stuff. We've got your brain on drugs coming up.
John and Heidi.
Each day at this time, we talk about people doing dumb things under the influence, but addiction is no laughing matter. If you or someone you know needs help, there's a toll-free number you can call.
1-800-438-0380.
That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline.
1-800-438-0380.
Here's a story from like a week and a half ago. I got to tell you, I have so many brain on drug stories. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them right now. 10 stories. So I get kind of backed up on these stories. But this one is from a few weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago. 59-year-old Jan Strickland of Pensacola, Florida, is facing battery charges for allegedly assaulting her nephew after she fell on top of a goat while intoxicated.
What? How did she assault her nephew by falling on a goat?
I'll let you hear the rest of it. Joseph Bankister, the woman's nephew, reported his Aunt Jan had been drinking heavily, went into his barn on his property to hold a goat. An intoxicated Strickland drunkenly fell on the goat. He attempted to remove her from the goat. That's when she started to attack him. She hit him in the chest 3 times.
Holy cow.
Shoved him into a stall door. She was arrested for domestic violence, related battery, and transported to the county jail, where she was released after posting $250 bond. So that's a busy story right there. But that is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Melissa McCarthy, I got to tell you, I think she's adorable.
I do too. I like her.
I would love to have coffee with her. I think that would be really cool. Anyway, she rocketed to fame as the crass and loudmouth Megan in 2011's Bridesmaids. Was that the first time you remember her too?
No, I've seen her in
Mike and Molly. Remember that?
Yeah,
she was in that.
Yeah, I saw her in that TV show.
But Megan, when she
but
was,
yeah, that was probably her best.
That was her breakout role.
Right.
Since then, she has perfected her brand of comedy. We've seen I Spy. We've seen so many.
Right.
What was the one where she and Sandra Bullock were in it together? Anyway, all those different movies. Well, now this is interesting. She's got a new movie coming up. She's changing the formula a bit. She's got her own, style of comedy. Well, now she's going to be doing drama. She's going to do a dramatic role in a movie called Can You Ever Forgive Me? And it's based on a true story. It's it's a biographical movie. The words are all there. I know them if I reach them deep enough. A biographical comedy drama about Lee Israel, a former author who ran a notorious literary forging scheme until the FBI caught her. And I've got a link to the trailer on our Facebook page. Looks like a fascinating movie. Anyway, this has been Big Screen, Little Screen. The movie, by the way, is called Can You Ever Forgive Me?
John and Heidi.
You can go to college without student loans. Do you have a kid in 11th or 12th grade or in college? Let me save you time, energy, and most importantly, your hard-earned money. My name is Matthew Einstein, and I earned my undergraduate degree from the University of Texas and my master's from Prescott College with no loans. And I was an all-around average student. Not only am I a living example, but I have 10 years of proven results, not guesswork. Take my first course for free that walks you through my journey by going to learnwithoutloans.com.
Time now for the scoop of the day, brought to you by firstcupisfree.com. Steven Seagal is being accused of rape and sexual assault by 2 different women.
Oh.
Now. So I thought all that stuff was done, but apparently not. Is it from a long time ago, or did this happen recently, I wonder?
I have no idea. If they waited this long to come forward, I wonder what their incentive was to wait.
I don't know. Celine Dion was forced to cancel her Las Vegas show because of ear surgery. That's really sad. Sharon Osbourne is suing AEG Entertainment because of a booking policy that requires Ozzy Osbourne to perform at the LA Staples Center and at the O2 Arena in London. So I'm not sure if it's supposed to be the same day or
I don't know. Otherwise I don't know what the problem would be.
It must be, one right after the other or something. I'm not sure. That would be a long drive, by the way.
That would be tough.
It's you got to be in LA and then you need to be in London. It's probably not going to work. Britney Spears' father is now in the news. Now, we talked about Kevin Federline not too long ago. He was in the news. And then Britney Spears was in the news because she's the new face of something that we talked about.
Yeah.
So this is like third Britney story in the last week.
All of a sudden she's popping up.
Well, her publicist is putting in overtime, apparently.
I guess so.
But her dad, Jamie Spears, is demanding to see Kevin Federline's tax returns. He says he's concerned that K-Fed is sponging off Britney.
I would agree with that.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the story was 2 days ago. So I'm just, keep it in line there. And this is sad news. The Weinstein Company has officially declared bankruptcy.
I think we mentioned that the other day, did we? Or they were thinking about it?
No, we didn't. I don't think we even talked about it.
Oh.
But when I say sad news, I'm also very aware of the fact that, of course, when
Well, yeah, they're
Harvey
going to be having
Weinstein
some
was
troubles.
doing what he was doing, and it's his company, so people kind of quit doing business with them. So, yeah, I guess I kind of understand why. So I'm not going to start a GoFundMe or anything. If that's what you're asking. I mean, I'm sad because it's really sad. Think about all the other innocent people who work there. That's why I'm sad.
Exactly.
So. And then this. And we're going to spend some time on this. Over 3,000 hiring managers and HR professionals were asked about things that went wrong during interviews. And my beautiful bride and I are going to talk about ours as well. But one candidate answered his phone and asked the interviewer to leave her own office because, hey, can you leave for a second?
Oh, my gosh.
This is a private conversation.
Oh, wow. I'm pretty sure that person did not get a job.
Before I leave my own office, could you start Tuesday?
Oh,
Just
my
wondering.
gosh.
And then there's another one where a candidate asked the interviewer for a ride home after the interview.
We had one of those.
I had to go pick him up.
Yeah. We had one of those.
It was funny because that's exactly what I was going to mention. I have so many silly things that I remember, but there was an incident. This was a long time ago. And I just remember that I was also dressed like Santa Claus. So, again, I can't really explain why. But we had a person who applied to work. This isn't here. This was a long time ago. We had a person who applied to come to work at the radio station and then called like 20 minutes before the interview and said, hey, can you come pick me up? I can't make it. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. And I was like, that's fine. And I told him on the phone ahead of time. I was like, well, I'm just getting things ready here. I'm dressed like Santa, but I'll be there in a few minutes. So I show up. Think about his first impression of us and then my first impression of him. It didn't work out.
No, it did not work out.
But at least in that instance, he didn't mention the word shanking anyone. And Heidi has an interview where they asked Heidi if she's going to, you think you'll be able to get along with other people in the office? And she said,
do I get along with women?
She said, there's a lot of women in the office. You think you'll be able to get along with them? And you said,
I'm not going to shank anybody if that's what you're worried about. And I got the job.
Can you believe that? She mentioned shanking somebody in an interview and got the job. All right.
Oh,
Get
good
your
time.
Dear John letter coming right up.
John and Heidi.
Radio really works. That's a pretty bold statement, but it's true. If you advertise on the radio the right way, you'll see results. I've said for years, advertising costs money, but effective advertising makes money. The only difference between spending money and making money is that one word, effective. Let us help you make your advertising more effective. Learn more at radioreallyworks.com. We do radio jingles and creative ads to help you get better results with the money you're already spending. Hear examples at radioreallyworks.com. That's radioreallyworks.com. And it's time now for Dear John Letters. And we're back to just one Dear John letter this week. Last week we had two. Well, kind of, sort of. So here's the Dear John letter for this week. Dear John, most of my family and I don't agree politically. We were invited to Easter with my family, but I don't feel like driving 5 hours round trip just to argue with my aunt. I try to avoid arguments, but she just won't drop it. I skipped Christmas a few years ago because of her. She has recently been picking political fights on Facebook with me and my friends. I just told my mother that I won't be going to Easter, and she's trying to make me feel bad about it. Should I just bite my tongue and go so I can see the rest of the family? Or should I stick to my guns and stay home with my own family? My husband is very understanding and will support whatever I choose to do, but I wonder what is the right thing. Signed, Happy at Home. Well, son of a gun. You know what? I'm not kidding. We hear issues like this all the time, don't we?
Yep.
And I think a lot of it has to do with social media, because people will say things on social media that they would never, ever, ever say to you in your like in person or to your face.
Exactly.
And I encourage you, each and every one of you listening, don't do that. Be who you are. I mean, don't say things on there that you wouldn't say to somebody in person, because you're still saying it to them.
Right.
And it still hurts. And a situation like this where you've got this young lady saying, I already told my mom, yeah, I'm not going. And now mom's upset with her, and she's going, hey, it's not my fault. It's my aunt's fault. So I don't know if that's this mom's sister or the brother or her husband's sister, but, somebody's sister, or maybe it's even a married into the family, whatever it is. Can't we all just get along? When it comes to politics, usually no. And that's really sad. I think it's sad that we let things like that dictate the whole rest of our life. Now, my wife and I will probably have a different opinion on this, because you're asking, should I bite my lip and just go? Or should I just stay home and be happy with my own family? If it were me, I would bite my lip and go. What would Heidi do? This hits kind of close to home. She's had something similar to this, and I know exactly what she would do.
I would not go.
I know you wouldn't, because I remember not going when this happened. Something very similar to this. And the sad thing is, you're missing out on all of the other stuff. Go and ignore that person. And if that person won't make it possible for you to ignore that person, then make it very obvious that I am not going to talk to you about politics. I'm here for Easter. That's not the reason for this season. Get over it. Argue with somebody else. I'm done. I'm moving on. Or we'll just jump in the car and drive back home if that's what we need to do. But if I were you, go. Don't miss out on everybody else, because she's saying in here, she's going to miss the rest of the family. Should I bite my tongue so I can see the rest of the family? Or should I stick to my guns and stay home with my own family? What do you think again, Heidi?
I would stay home with my family and enjoy the day and invite your husband's family over and spend the day with them.
There you go.
If you can't go to your family.
Well, that sounds like a good plan as well. But again, to me personally, don't let somebody else and what they do change you. When you allow what someone else is going to do, you know what they're going to do, and you allow that to change who you are and what you're doing, that's not good. Be you. And if they want to argue with you, just say, guys, I don't want to have this conversation. It's Easter. I mean, just drop it. Seriously. And I understand there are some people that are not grown-ups and they can't do that, even though they're, maybe even older than you, but they're not grown-ups and they can't drop that. But that's where, again, just move on and smile and nod. And even though they want to pick a fight and they want to argue, just say, you know what, maybe you're right on that point. I'm going to go get some more of those cheese curls over there.
Or, you could try to make peace with that person. And if you know that by chance her favorites are deviled eggs, for example, you could box up a special package of deviled eggs for her and just fart in the box before you close it. Stop. And just give them to her and say, those are just for you. I want to make sure you got some deviled eggs.
Don't do that.
And then the whole time she's eating them, you can know that, hey, at least I got that.
Would you just stop? Why don't you go sit on the other side of the room for a while? This is why it's Dear John letters, not Dear Heidi letters. This has been your Dear John letter. If you would like some crack advice like that next week, you can submit your Dear John letters on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
It's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough. Available now on Amazon, or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In the 18th century in England, gambling dens employed someone whose job it was to swallow the dice if the police showed up.
Really?
Your job is, okay, you hear the bobbies kicking through that door?
There's no way I could do that.
Eat the dice.
There's no way I could swallow dice.
You know what? I might try that later today just to see. I could probably do that.
No, you're not going to try that.
I could swallow a whole fistful of pills with no water.
I can't.
Yeah, I know, because I remember doing that one time. I had a whole fistful of pills. You're like, what are you doing? And I threw them in my mouth and swallowed them. You're like, what is wrong with you? I was like, I had to take these pills.
I can't even hardly take them one at a time.
I know, you're over there. You should just stop it. It's just a tiny
I have
little
a very
pill.
sensitive gag reflex.
And another fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A Costa Rican worker who makes baseballs earns about $2,700 per year.
Oh.
The average American pro baseball player who uses those makes about $2.37 million per year.
That's crazy.
That is absolutely crazy. Couple of fun facts for you, brought to you by LearnWithoutLoans.com.
John and Heidi.
Sadly, more than 350 million people suffer from depression. Scientifically, your actual brain chemistry levels are affected. Now a breakthrough, safe and natural, non-prescription coffee product has been shown to help. It elevates levels of dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins in the brain, which makes you happier. Just by drinking this special cup of coffee, many reported elevated mood, feeling more connected, having greater energy, clarity, and focus. Try it for yourself at firstcupisfree.com. Get a free sample at firstcupisfree.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day. For a while there, it was hanging by a thread. I mean, I was looking on there, and it was like Runaway Train in Heidi's favor saying, get rid of this feature. And now, thank you for all the grandiloquent word
Are you
fans.
kidding?
Hey, you know what?
Are you going on with different accounts and voting
I
yourself?
had to open 27 accounts this week. No, I honestly haven't had to do any of that. So if you would like to vote to should this stay or should it go, we've got that right now on our Facebook page, facebook.com.
If they knew what I wanted to replace it with, it would be a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's not going to happen anyway because this is a family show, so we're not going to do that. But
the
if
new segment is hilarious.
You go on and make a pitch on the Facebook page, and maybe they'll follow you. Again, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show is the page where that would be found. And here is your grandiloquent word for the day today. The word is Ostrobogulus. Ostrobogulus. What do you think Ostrobogulus means?
I have no idea.
OSTRO.
I'm fairly certain you didn't pronounce it correctly, though.
Ostrobogulus. That's probably what it is.
Anyway.
Slightly risque or indecent. Ooh, this is like a Heidi word. Bizarre, interesting, and unusual. Harmlessly mischievous. Yeah, that's definitely. You are very ostrobogulous. Or however you say that. But however you say it, it is today's grandiloquent word.
John and Heidi.
You can go to college without student loans. Do you have a kid in 11th or 12th grade or in college? Let me save you time, energy, and most importantly, your hard-earned money. My name is Matthew Einstein, and I earned my undergraduate degree from the University of Texas and my master's from Prescott College with no loans. And I was an all-around average student. Not only am I a living example, but I have 10 years of proven results, not guesswork. Take my first course for free that walks you through my journey by going to learnwithoutloans.com.
Now some weird news. Every once in a while we have weird news that could be the moment of duh, could even be your brain on drugs. But this is just plain old weird news.
Okay.
I mean, that's it. I don't even know why I'm reading this story other than the fact that it's weird news. A woman in China is weaving clothing using nearly 200,000 strands of her own hair. 64-year-old woman has knitted 2 hats and a sweater so far. Keep in mind,
that's disgusting.
It's all with her hair. She's been collecting her hair since 2003, cataloging the numbers of strands harvested from her brush every month. So she'll brush her hair.
That's so
She'll
gross.
pull it out. She organizes it. And now, hey, I've got a good batch. Time to start making stuff.
Gross.
So if you'd like, she's got hats and sweaters. I don't know why. Would you?
That's disgusting.
Would you wear a hair hat?
No. Would you wear a hair sweater? No way.
I just can't imagine. It's
disgusting.
You get caught in the rain. I just can't. Oh, that would be a bad idea. It's a little bit of weird news right there. Brought to you by firstcupisfree.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, courtesy of learnwithoutloans.com. A guy by the name of Danny was taken to a Florida hospital Tuesday of last week after his neighbor reported him to be drunk and suicidal. After waiting for 2 hours to see a doctor, he got frustrated and decided to steal an ambulance to go home. He parked the ambulance in his neighbor's driveway to get back at him because he thought, he was the one that reported him to the police. When police looked for him, he was found in the trunk of his car inside of his garage. That's where he was hiding. Why would you hide in the trunk of your car?
I don't know.
That is a very bizarre story. You don't think so? You look at me, that's just like a regular Tuesday. I'm like, so he stole an ambulance. Who cares? What do you mean? I think that's just a really weird. Your lack of emotion on this story is starting to concern me. Just like, so? What's the big deal?
And?
I thought there was a weird part. No, that is a very bizarre and not very normal moment of duh.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
it's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough. Available now on Amazon or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
John and Heidi.
We've got some good news coming your way here in a moment, but first, take a listen to this. Foldable phones could be the newest trend among major distributors in the next 2 years.
You mentioned this to me the other day.
When I found this story, I was telling you about it. Apple is reportedly working on a foldable iPhone. The completely new design could be ready for release as early as 2020.
That would be nice. You wouldn't have to worry about breaking your screen.
I think that's probably what they're thinking, too.
Mm-hmm.
But here's
So really, it's just kind of going backwards.
Yeah, that would say
To the
we
flip
used to have
phones.
flip phones,
Yeah.
and then we got away from those
But
to these
there
smartphones.
must be making them so they're still touch screens and all
Well,
that
here's
stuff.
what I could see.
So
If this was a little bit smaller, and then it covered over the top, so it wouldn't. I'm holding a phone up to a microphone radio. This is not working well. But if there was a way to cover the screen, that's a good idea.
yeah.
But I just kind of wonder if people are going to go for that, because now I'm so used to this screen being that size.
Right.
I don't know if I could go to a tiny little screen anymore. So unless there's a way that it's like a double screen, and when you open it up, it's like one giant hinged screen. I don't know.
No, that wouldn't work either.
I can't wait to see what they're working on. But these mad scientists working for all the phone companies out there, they're coming up with crazy stuff. Coming up, we have some good news to get to. That's on the way.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, courtesy of Odiva. And Odiva is the monthly subscription service for Ladies Monthly Visitor. All of the details on that at Facebook. No, I'm sorry. It's at radiosavings.com. It's also at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. You'll find it there. You'll find it all over the place. This is kind of a cool idea, and it's a way to bring hydration to regions that need hydration. So this was, I think it's just kind of a cool story here. It says, a device that draws water from the driest desert air could bring hydration to needy regions.
Oh, interesting.
So, MIT developed a system that could provide drinking water in even the most arid conditions. It says, it seems like you're getting something for nothing, but you're getting drinkable water right out of the driest air in the desert. So there's air, there's moisture in the air,
Right.
and they're sucking that moisture out, even in dry air.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's based on a concept that was first proposed last year. Now it's been field tested in the very dry air at Tempe, Arizona, confirming the potential of a new method. Much work still remains to scale this up to make it something usable. But they're working on this project right now, and a bunch of students from MIT came up with this concept. I think it's a cool idea. It's a really neat
very
idea.
cool idea.
And if there's a way to get,
Are the things expensive? Does it say in the article?
$7 billion. No, it doesn't say. It doesn't say right now. They're working on it. So whatever they have now would be really difficult to do. But their whole idea is to make it scale,
Yeah, right. That's fantastic.
And the neat thing is, if there is a nugget of knowledge in the midst of this, and if they can take this and somehow find applications for it, and I think there's definitely applications, they'll probably have people come forward and fund that.
Yeah, that's
So,
very cool. I love that.
It's neat. I've got a link to that if you want to read all about it. It's way over my head.
above your pay grade.
I can't even read. I skipped a lot of stuff because I don't know how to pronounce them big
Those
words.
people at MIT, they've got a little leg up on us,
They're-
I'm afraid.
Somehow they tend to know more than we do. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. If you ever come across good news, or if you'd like to read this good news, we have all of that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
Time now for the bonus break on the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Very good.
All right. Well, I'll get my recorder going. We'll dive right in.
Okay.
And I'm going to record this today. It's actually going to play back. When is this going to play back? It's going to play back in the month of February, but I don't have my calendar in front of me, so I guess I don't know what day. But it'll play back here, in the week or so. But
Got it.
here we go. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We got a special guest joining us today. I'm going to be visiting with a young lady by the name of Ani Wolff, and she's with a company that creates something that's really kind of a cool thing. I discovered this like a month ago. I had a friend that sent this to me and said, hey, you guys should check this out. It's called winkfrozendesserts, and I love the story. I just had a chance to visit with Ani about how this came about. But let's first of all say hello to Ani. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks so much for having me.
Now let's talk about Wink Frozen Desserts. Where did this concept come from?
Yeah, so we are a dairy-free, gluten-free, and sugar-free frozen dessert product. The concept came about from my husband. He has a ton of food allergies. He has celiac disease and a dairy allergy. So he couldn't eat a lot of stuff when he was diagnosed about a decade ago. So from there, he decided to create something that he could enjoy that was, that met all of his restrictions. Started in about 2011, and it's been almost 6-7 years now, and we're doing pretty well.
And I'm looking on the side of the container because I have two of them here. I was telling her ahead of time. I tried the cocoa dough and the choco mint were the two that I tried. And we'll chat about some of the other flavors here. But it says dairy-free, soy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, nut-free, egg-free. And then on the band around the top it says vegan. So it kind of covers a lot of different bases for a lot of people who maybe switched over to a different eating lifestyle and kind of miss some of the things that they used to have. So if they kind of miss, cracking open a little container of ice cream and eating that, the thing that's neat, it's a 100-calorie pint, and it doesn't taste like ice cream, but it does taste good.
Yes. So we're super low-cal, very guilt-free indulgence, and we're also free of the top 8 allergens. So anyone that has kids with severe allergies or has severe allergies themselves, it's perfectly safe for them to enjoy our product.
And now this is an American product, like made right here in the U.S. of A.?
Oh, absolutely. We're made in Connecticut.
Made in Connecticut, and I'm kind of looking at the container, all the different things that are on here. There's, it's kind of fun. I'm not typically a label reader, but the gentleman that sent this to me, he was saying, hey, you should check this out. He just switched to a vegetarian lifestyle, and he did that like 2 years ago, and this is something that he really missed. He said, I really missed this. You guys should check this out. I think you'd really like it. And I'm not vegetarian, and I don't have celiac disease, so it's not for me anything to do with I can't have gluten or I can't have this or that. But certainly trying to find healthier things to make healthier choices. And I think it's cool that you guys have this product to help people that are in all of the different situations that are out there.
Absolutely. That was kind of our goal, to have a catch-all product. It's also a great option. There are definitely a lot of other vegetarian, vegan ice creams out there, also ones that are gluten-free. But the great part about our product is that we're also naturally sugar-free. A lot of those products put a lot of sugar in their ice cream and their desserts to kind of make up for the lack of other ingredients. But we do none of that. We use organic stevia and monk fruit.
And usually when you hear things like
replacers.
sugar-free and gluten-free and soy-free, nut-free, dairy-free, egg-free, you think taste-free. Well, no, it actually does have a nice taste to it.
We are not taste-free, yes. We are flavorful. I think we should put that on the package, actually, that we are flavorful.
Absolutely. No, I tried the cocoa dough and the choco mint, and I was asking you if I picked the right ones, and I said, what's the most popular one? And you said, was it cake mix, or what was it called?
Cake batter, yes. Our most popular flavor is cake batter. The vanilla bean and the dark chocolate are also delicious as well. But definitely cake batter. I mean, it's like eating a birthday cake without the guilt. It's fantastic.
Well, Annie, I have to go get some more and try the other kind now. I should have asked you before I got these, but I wanted to.
You picked were good. They were good.
I really wanted to try them before we chatted because I thought, well, if it tastes like a bowl full of dirt, it's going to be really hard for me to tell people you should go get this, but it doesn't. It does taste good. And I'll tell you, if you're tasting it, expecting it to taste just like ice cream, that's not gonna measure up because it doesn't taste just like ice cream, but it does have a really good flavor to it. It's called Wink Frozen Desserts. It's not Wink ice cream.
Exactly.
And there are a lot of people that can't have any kind of frozen dessert, at least in their mind they can't, because of what, like your husband with celiac disease, or people that are choosing a different type of lifestyle to get away from anything, so it's vegan, or if maybe it's even a nut allergy, so it's nice to see that you guys have given all those people a new option, which is great.
That was our goal. Thank you so much for hitting that nail right on the head.
Well, I appreciate you. Try that again. I'm glad I record ahead of time. Then I can edit out all my dumb stuff. I'm glad you took some time to chat with us about this. Now, if folks would like to get Wink Frozen Desserts, how do they find this?
Yeah, so you can actually go on our website, winkfrozendesserts.com. We have all of our flavors listed on there, and we do e-commerce. So if you order on our website, we deliver right to your house via UPS or FedEx. Alternatively, we have a store locator on our website as well. Type in your zip code, and it'll tell you which store in your area carries Wink.
That sounds great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, Annie.
Thank you so much, John. I appreciate it.
Again, Ani Wolff, and she's with Wink Frozen Desserts, and I've got a link to their website if you want to find it on our social media. I'll even tell you what it is, winkfrozendesserts.com. But for those of you that are driving and don't have a pen handy, I've got a link to it to make it really simple and easy. You can find it at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to save that really quick.